Taiwan is on high alert. Chinese warships and bombers crowd the South China Sea. Fighter jets scramble. Missile systems are activated. The Indo-Pacific has become a pressure cooker, and it may soon explode. In response to rising Chinese aggression, Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense has ordered round-the-clock surveillance, combat readiness across all branches, and emergency deployment of air and missile defenses. China has ramped up military exercises in the South China Sea, deploying warships, aircraft carriers, and strategic bombers. These maneuvers mirror pre-invasion drills, drawing comparisons to past conflict buildups. Two carrier strike groups, the Liaoning and Shandong, have been sighted in strategic waters near Taiwan. Fighter jets from these carriers have been conducting mock strike runs, triggering alerts in Taipei. Taiwan's upgraded F-16V fleet, coastal missile systems, and Navy fast attack boats are on the front lines. The military has been instructed to intercept, monitor, and respond to any air or maritime incursion. Patriot missile batteries and long-range radar arrays are now operating at full capacity. Taiwan is prepared to repel a missile barrage and detect a surprise air raid in real time. The South China Sea has long been a geopolitical flashpoint with overlapping territorial claims from Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. China's increased military activity in the region, including the construction of artificial islands and militarization of reef outposts, has drawn criticism from Western powers and regional neighbors alike. These latest drills took place near contested maritime territory, raising fresh alarms about Beijing's intentions. By simulating large-scale beach assaults, the PLA appears to be rehearsing for real-world contingencies, including potentially a future confrontation over Taiwan or disputed islands such as the Spratlys or Paracels. While military drills are nothing new for China, the scale and scope of this particular operation mark a notable shift. The involvement of multiple service branches, realistic combat conditions, and new amphibious capabilities suggest that China is transitioning from strategic posturing to combat-ready preparedness. The use of air-cushioned landing craft, similar to the U.S. Navy's LCACs, underscores China's effort to improve its over-the-horizon assault capabilities. These vessels allow rapid deployment of troops and armored vehicles directly onto unprepared shorelines, a crucial feature in any potential Taiwan contingency. Taiwan is determined to defend itself and protect its free way of life, the island's defense minister said on Thursday, discussing next month's annual exercises, as China's military vowed to boost combat readiness to stop separatist activities. China, which views democratically governed Taiwan as its own territory, has ramped up its military threats over the past 5 years, staging several rounds of war games and sending its forces into the skies and waters near the island on a daily basis. Speaking to a committee set up by President Lai Ching-te to boost resilience in the face of a possible Chinese attack, Defense Minister Wellington Koo outlined Taiwan's annual Han Kuang exercises, which start next month. The military drills will begin with rehearsals to counter potential high-intensity gray zone incursions from China evolving into an assault, and Taiwan's armed forces will practice repelling a Chinese landing, Koo said. New high-mobility artillery rocket systems, or HIMARS, made by Lockheed Martin, will be used at Han Kuang for the first time, along with Taiwan-developed Sky Sword surface-to-air missiles, he added. The drills will let the international community know that we are determined to defend ourselves, and to pass on to China that the nation's military has the confidence and ability to defend a free and democratic life, Koo said. Earlier on Thursday, the Defense Ministry reported that China had held another joint combat readiness patrol involving warships and 21 military aircraft around Taiwan, including Su-30 fighters. China labels Lai a separatist and its government has expressed further anger after he gave 2 speeches this week saying that Taiwan has its own sovereignty and China has no historical or legal basis for claiming it. Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson Zhang Xiaogang said Li's distortion of history and evil doctrine had fully exposed his sinister intention of provoking and escalating cross-Taiwan Strait confrontation. The People's Liberation Army will not tolerate the separatist acts of Taiwan independence, will continue to strengthen its military training and combat preparedness, and will resolutely defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity, he told a regular news conference. Beijing has never renounced the use of force to bring the island under its control, and any attack on Taiwan could ignite a broader regional war. Li and his government strongly object to China's sovereignty claims, saying it is up to the island's people to decide their future. The last Chinese war games in April and October were portrayed in part by Beijing as a test of a possible blockade of Taiwan.
The US, Japan, and Australia have increased patrols and military coordination. Carrier strike groups, submarines, and surveillance aircraft are now monitoring Chinese movements daily. With so many forces in close proximity, the risk of a spark triggering open conflict is higher than ever. A single miscalculation could unleash war. Diplomacy is on edge. Defense ministers are holding emergency meetings. But the situation may worsen before it improves. Will China back down, or is Taiwan facing the fight of its life? As China tightens its grip on the region, Taiwan stands ready, determined to protect its people, its democracy, and its freedom. Will diplomacy prevail, or are we watching the prelude to war? Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe for real-time updates on the Indo-Pacific crisis, and ring the bell to stay ahead of the next global flashpoint.